have classes on Friday, or even on Friday. We just thought that it was more convenient just to attend two of us, the ones that were available, and because cost effective as well. So yeah, another member and myself, we're going to the conference, and then we're bringing everything for the rest of the members of the organization.
And I don't call the question. Do we have a any second? Anyone else? So we have a motion to appoint $259 to bill number 59. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Any abstention?
Abstain.
So the bill passes.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay, to proceed with bill number 73, Senator Buck. Danielle, if you could just read the title to us.
A bill to appropriate the sum of 436 to help defray expenses of sending one student to present a poster at the PDAC 2025 conference in Toronto, Canada, from March 2nd to 5th, 2025.
And then you can just explain a little bit about your work and what you'll be doing at the conference.
Okay, so I'm going to explain to present my research and master students, as I said, in geological science, focus on mining exploration. So this is a conference worldwide known that is very important for the companies in the area of mining. So my thesis is in mining exploration with a Canadian company. So I'm going to participate with one of those companies, presenting my research and presenting to them.
Thank you. Senator
I motion to appropriate the sum of $436 to bill 73.
Okay, we have a motion to approve $436 to bill number 73. Senator Gutierrez?
I second.
Do we have a first and second to approve $136 to bill number 73? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, so now we will proceed with open for discussion.
Is there any question from Senator?
Senator Booker?
Yeah, I call a question.
Oh, okay. Please second. Senator Booker? I'm Senator Strickland. We have a first and second to approve $436 to bill number 73. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay.
Nay.
Any abstentions? Okay, the bill passes. Congratulations. Okay, now we'll proceed with bill number 78. Senator Pettis, floor is yours.
Mariana, I can. Okay, passing the bill, Senator Strickland.
Mariana, not here. Okay, so a bill to appropriate the sum of $150 to help defray expense of sending one student to attend the Imagined Futures Ruins of the Present and Horizons of the Past Congress, hosted by the Department of Spanish and Portuguese at the University of Pennsylvania, taking place from February 28th through March 1st, 2025. In order to attend all event activities, the student will travel on February 27th and return to El Paso, Texas on March 2nd, 2025. So she's really passionate about this process. The Imagined Futures, Ruins of the Present and Horizons of the Past Congress. The presentation that she'll be talking about will include a panel. She'll present her academic research and overall networking with other scholars. It's 4 days long. And like overall, not very common for creative writing majors to attend. process like this, so it was like exciting that she was able to be able to attend this. Any questions?
Perfect. I have a question. We have a second.
We haven't,
Rebecca?
no.
We have a first and second to approve $150 to bill number 78. Okay, we'll open the floor for open discussion.
Is this a undergrad student or master's student? Did I miss that?
Master.
Master's, okay.
Any more questions? Move to appropriate, so
Or,
I move to appropriate $150 to bill number 70.
number 12.
I second.
We have a first and second to approve $150 to bill number 78. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Any abstention? The bill passes. Congratulations.
I didn't know I had to do that. Oh.
Were you? Close it up. Right, on the second.
Okay, now we continue on to bill number 91.
Okay. I just want to make sure you do it fast.
Natalia, if you could just make this out, please.
So, a bill to appropriate sum of $700 to help defray expenses of sending both students to attend the Crusade Primavera 2025 conference at New York University taking place from March 4 through March 7, 2025. In order to attend all event activities, the students will travel on March 4 and return to El Paso, Texas on March 8, 2025.
If you could just talk a little bit about your guys' work, what you'll be doing at the event.
Yes, sure. There is just 3 MFA programs in USA, in bilingual program of creative writing in Iowa, New York City, and here in El Paso. So this is a conference that we can go to share our creative writing process. We can go to share with any editors from here in USA and make improvement to building up bridge between these 3 programs because just so it's a pretty good experience.
And then you share a little bit about the goal to bring here next year?
Yes. Maybe there is an opportunity to bring this event next year here in El Paso, yes, and try to connect these 3 universities around the writing process and the activities because we are bilingual program as there are. There's a good opportunity. Welcome.
I'm looking for a motion of Senator Barrientos.
I move to appropriate the sum of $700 to bill number 91.
We have a first we have a motion to approve $700 to bill number 91. We have a motion to approve 700 and a second to approve $700 to bill number 91. Now we proceed with open floor discussion.
Is there a second itemization? They looked the same.
Yeah, a lot of this was paid for already, that's why.
Sorry?
A lot of it was paid for already. There was there was 2 separate itemizations, but I edited it because they already paid for
Oh,
all of it.
okay, gotcha. Thank
previous bill, that's also this one.
Yeah.
Students are allowed to be on 2 bills every student. Then after that, they can't. She had to make it 3, so we had to have her pick after that.
Yeah, I have a question too. What exactly is the Uber going to be used for, considering that you guys have the Metro card?
Yes, the Uber is for go to the, is that the question? Yes, why the Uber is there? Okay, it's for the cost of the transportation between the airport and the auto, because the New York University give us the, the, the auto to us.
So New York University, the one hosting the event, is going to be covering their lodging. And then 2 of the students attending will be presenting their poetry books.
And you said one of the students that just had their bill presented is also on this one, right?
And now she's out of town for another event. Any more questions? Everybody, I have a question. 1 second.
I second.
We have a first and second to approve $700 to bill number 9091. All those in favor say aye. All those opposed say nay. Any abstentions? Okay, the bill passes. Congratulations. Okay, and now since all our bill readers have presented their bills, all our guests, you are more than welcome to stay, or you're also free to head out at your discretion. We do have we don't have a long meeting today, I don't think so, but that is completely up to you. You're free. Moving on with the agenda under executive cabinet reports, President Mayor, the floor is yours.
I'm not good. Well, hello everyone. Here today. Apologies that I couldn't be here last Senate, so I'll go ahead and use my quick brief from last week. I just want to give you all, I know it's been a little less than a month now that me and Mike went out to UT Stack, but I wanted to go ahead and give you all a brief recap of what went down in our last session. So now this is the time that all the UT schools started putting together proposals and recommendations for the Board of Regents to go ahead and look at. And once those proposals are put together, our vice chair and chair of the University of Texas System Student Advisory Council, they go ahead and take it forward to the Board of Regents and present directly to them. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about the undergraduate committee, and then maybe if I can go ahead and talk a little bit more about the graduate side. On the undergraduate committee, the really 2 big things to look out for are just worker conditions, more specifically for international students. So how can we go ahead as a UT system, go ahead and navigate those challenges? So that was the one recommendation that we worked on. The other one was also having student representation in big university decisions. So what does that consist of? So for example, take perfect example, here when Dean Aguilar was hired, multiple students were part of that interview process. They got to go ahead and give their input from the other candidate who was competing against Dean Aguilar as to who would be a better person for the position. So in other universities, that's actually not a model that is followed. So they took a lot of ideas from Utah to go ahead and start implementing that system across the UT system for those big administrative changes. So for example, when a new president gets elected, that way students can actually be part of that system and get their voice. And then lastly was the third other big one was just the expansion of menstrual products across the UT system. So they looked into that and they found out that there was a lot of consistency among the schools, just everyone did it in a different way. So everyone was doing some sort of free menstrual product, but it was either through student government, through like their health and wellness center, or like you're just a random student organization on campus. So like that, we looked into having a consistent model for that across all the universities, and then they really like the way we have it here with the QR code system. So that was definitely something that we talked about in the recommendation. And then, America, I don't know if you want to talk a little bit about what happened on the graduate side.
Sure, on the graduate committee, we worked on two recommendations. The first is support and resources for international graduate students, as well as career prep for graduate students.
Right now, and that was it. That tops it off for all of our UT meetings. We won't be going to Austin anymore, and now we hope that our vice chair and chair go ahead and be able to take the recommendations that we did and present it to the board of regents. So our work with them is done, but we built a good amount of connections up there, bounced a lot of ideas with them. But moving on to my next point, the Minor Leadership Summit, a little presentation for you all. Go ahead and break down my point. So as many of you all know, I'm pretty sure half of you all will be joining us tomorrow for the luncheon. Raise your hand if you are joining us. Okay, so that's a good amount. As many of you all know, tomorrow is the Minor Leadership Summit hosted by the Student Engagement Leadership Center. And one of the groups of people who were invited were individuals from universities across Juárez and Chihuahua. So Huascota, Huach, Tec de Monterrey, Montecillo, a bunch of schools throughout the city were invited, and we will be actually hosting them for a luncheon before the event. So this is a great chance for those of you who have been here last year. As you know, Ida Sakota came down and they talked to our SJ for an hour, and it was a great idea to go ahead and bounce stuff that we were doing because it was their first year starting out student government. So now, like, we're taking that on a bigger scale and building on those relationships with our sister institutions. So that's basically what the luncheon is for as we move on to the next slide of the presentation. Really, the objective of the luncheon is going to be for you all to connect and just enjoy lunch and bounce ideas back from each other. I'd say like the key topics of discussion are definitely going to be like student government best practices, like leadership and general collaboration. For them, a lot of them, they came from a 4-hour trip to go ahead and have lunch with us. So like, you know, if we go ahead and be nice, grateful for them and share ideas with them, that means a lot to them. But as we continue, we go on to the next slide. I want to talk to you a little bit about like the tentative agenda for those that are going to be tomorrow and how it's going to work. So from around 11:10 to 11:30 a.m., my bad, is going to be the check-in. So that's when they're going to go ahead and start arriving to Utah. From there, we'll go ahead and some of us who are there early are going to be meeting with them and walking them over to the El Paso Natural Gas Conference Center. So we'll go ahead and be doing that, and then we'll be having Chick-fil-A with them. So then from 11:30 to 12:15 is when we're going to go ahead and start having our lunch. And then moving on from 12:15 to 12:45, it's really just time for you all to go ahead and talk with them. A lot of them might want to go ahead and explore UTEP. I heavily suggest that you all don't just randomly decide to go with them, but tell them that, hey, there's an actual formal way to go ahead and visit the university, because there will be another department there with us to help us give unofficial tours if the students desire. A lot of administration that is going to be coming up with them will go ahead and be taking those tours while we're networking with the students. And then from there to 12:45 to 1 p.m., we're going to be doing transitions in a group format. So there's going to be 85 students present. So I'm just going to take all of them directly to UGLC. So my plan is to break them up into groups of 4. So my bad, 4 groups, around 22 people each. That way it's easier for developing the check-in team to go ahead and take all of them in at once. And from there, 6 p.m. is the Minor Leadership Summit, and after that, you guys are going to receive your stipend for pool for those who attend. That's really just it. I really want to tell you all kind of what was going to be happening tomorrow, because a lot of you all haven't asked any questions about it. But aside from that, are there any questions relating to Minor Leadership Summit, anything like that I can go ahead and answer right now? In terms of dress code, guys, there is no set dress code. However, I do suggest coming a little bit more on the nicer side. I'll tell you all what I'm wearing. It's going to be a long day, so I'm just wearing like jeans, actual dress-up boots, and then a dress shirt on top. So, you know, keep it something formal, because you guys are going to not only be meeting with a good amount of student leaders, but possibly even the university presidents of those institutions, and then even some very VIP people from around Mexico. So just keep that in mind for those that are going. Remember, behave yourself in a professional manner. But you all do a pretty good job of that. Of course, the impact test, pretty obvious. Networking, that means a lot, especially when you are able to collaborate on a binational scale. And then, of course, culture and academic exchange between both institutions, because throughout throughout the past year, you two have done a very good job of building a relationship with those through the administrative side, but now we'll go ahead and start doing that through the student side. And then lastly, of course, potential collaboration for future initiatives. So I know, for example, Ita Secota, it's not rare for them to go and reach out to us to kind of like get some help for their student government. So it's like a further expansion across that with the other universities. But aside from that, if we move on to the next slide, thank you and make sure to come. Thank you all. With that, I don't want to end on a bad note, but I think this is the perfect time to make the announcement because there is nothing for VPI. As of recently, there was a situation that doesn't allow Isai to be here with us. It's nothing bad, but just so you all are aware, in the meantime, for anything that goes on that you guys need Isai for, all the execs are going to be here to go ahead and help you all through that. So a lot of you all have had meetings with him, how to get your special projects revised. For now, until further notice, all those tasks are going to be taken on by me and America to go ahead and Alexis to go ahead and help you all. Just to go ahead and that. So, for example, room reservations, all that. Another time, anything that went on with Isai, you can go ahead and start. We can start helping you all with that. But I just wanted to bring that out there because I know a lot of you guys have asked me if Isai is going to come around. It's been around throughout the week, but I just want to go ahead and make that announcement public. Other than that, I yield my time.
Thank you, President Williams. I will need to recognize two other fellow senators.
I move to recognize Senator Ortega, Senator Rojas.
We have a motion to recognize Senator Ortega and Senator Rojas. Can I get a second? We have a first and second to acknowledge Senator Ortega and Senator Rojas. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Any abstentions? Okay, welcome senators. And now to continue on with executive cabinet response. Under Senate Majority Leader, Senator Boatright, your SML Boatright, I'm sorry, the floor is yours.
So on Tuesday, we had our Know Your Rights event, and it went really well. We had about 100 students go in attendance. A lot of really good questions, a lot of really good engagement. And all the food and drinks were gone in like 30 minutes. And so thank you so much for supporting the increased amount, even though it was a little expensive. And just really thank you to everyone that helped put the event together. And there's going to be a lot of follow-ups moving forward. And so I hope we can continue building upon all that support. So that was really the only update for that. And then so moving forward for parking, I had a meeting yesterday with the director of parking transportation and two of the assistants, also with Dean Aguilar, to discuss the project that I mentioned to y'all last week. And what I didn't know, which I guess I shouldn't have been surprised, but a lot of the university's IT system is pretty old. And so there's difficulty in actually implementing the project, that they would actually have to individually go one by one to take off someone's late fee. And so really from a logistical standpoint, that's not possible, which I even learned, which I thought was crazy, is that each department, if they want to like upload information, they have to coordinate a specific time. So like parking only gets 15 minutes, and then like the business department, they get 15 minutes. It's just very old and very antiquated, but I guess that's the standard for universities, and I don't know. It wasn't great to hear. But there was an alternative project that came up, which I think is equally as exciting, which is, I guess, called, it's been used in other schools, and they called it donations for citations. And so essentially what that is it's another 2 or 3 week period where students can bring in like canned goods or hygiene products, and that will cover the cost of a existing parking citation that they have. So like, for example, Bryce University, they do it where if you bring 5 non-perishable food items, that will cover a $30 citation. 10, you get $60, and then like et cetera, like bills. And so that was something that parking said they were already working, like trying to figure out if that was something that they could do. And they asked if that was something that student government would like to be involved with. And when I heard that, I was like, oh yeah, absolutely, that sounds incredible. And so that's going to be something that we are going to be working on, but in an effort to not have it rushed and to have it be as effective as possible, it's really not feasible to do that this semester. And so really the target date would be sometime in the fall semester, probably around like Thanksgiving, so that if those donations are for food, they would be going to the food pantry. And so really there's not a lot that could be done for this semester, but that is something that I committed to them that I'll do whatever I can this semester to set it up for whoever is here next year, that they would be able to take it and run with it and still succeed and see the program through. And so I'm going to be following up with them and have a couple of meetings. I don't know if anyone has any questions about that program or if they have any thoughts on what could be more improved about it.
Is there anyone else?
I think that's fantastic. It's a good program. I want to see that happen.
And then I'm more than welcome, like if people want to like join and help, like please reach out to me and I'd love to include you in these meetings. I'm there, in my opinion, so please.
I'd love to help you with this
Okay.
project. I love the idea. It's actually like great.
And so the parking director, she is going to a conference with colleges all from the US, across the country, I think next week. And so she's going to come back and break down like the results of what she found, how other universities have done it, and then we'll go from there. But I'll be sure to include everyone that would like to help. And then the other things that they've been working on that I just thought was interesting that you all might want to hear is because I thought it was pretty enlightening onto what actually parking does, is that the revenue for citations, I think, has a kind of public perception that that's a big generator of income for the university. But I found out that it only generates about $100,000 for parking every year, which is not an incredible amount. And it's something that since the new parking and transportation director came on, they've tried to minimize not the enforcement, but the importance of citations. So really they're used for like education, or the way of, they say that they don't have like a grace period because they need people to learn fast, which is what she said. I was like, okay, I guess. But what they're working on also is a way to set up next year a course where if it's your first parking citation, you could enroll. It would be a Blackboard course, and if you pass it, they would take the citation off of your record, and you wouldn't have to pay it. And so they're really focused on like more ways to educate the student body. But really, the most popular citation that we see is people parking without a parking permit, and that's not really something you can educate someone on. They either have it or they don't. And so I brought up to them that a lot of students complained about the process of obtaining a parking permit. And they said, yes, I hear you, I hate it too, because they have to go through the same thing. And they are going to be working on switching vendors for actually getting the parking permit. So hopefully it'll be a lot smoother process. And that'll be something I'll also follow up with them on. And then also I asked them about the traffic court, how that was shifted to actually be under the transportation department, and if they're seeing the same amount of appeals that we saw once we had the traffic court. And they broke down all the data for me. And from what I can see, they have been incredibly fair to the student body. Their denial rates are about in line with what we were doing last year, and they're doing it much faster than we were. And so really what they would like for the Parking and Transportation Advisory Committee to become is less of enforcement like we had in the past, where it was our own students that were deciding the penalties, into more of an idea generation process, where the students that are on that committee, that they could be bringing new ideas, just like the donations for citations or anything along those lines. And so I think that's a really great thing to hear. And so I came away from the meeting really impressed with everything that they were doing on their side, just that they do have a student-focused initiative and priority, and they do want to work with us. No matter how crazy the idea is, they will hear us out. And so I just encourage everyone to throw some ideas out there and let's see what sticks, honestly. Are there any questions? And I yield my time. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Holmgren. Moving on, the joint committee cabinet report, out for advisors. Dr. Mendez.
The only thing I wanted to bring up is, did anyone attend the Hope Plus clinic yesterday out at Infinity Plaza? Any comments about the services that you all saw out there? Were they beneficial? Did you like?
Well, at least for I was mostly tabling, so I didn't get to shop around, but I know Edgar did. I know he was shaking his head, so. But from what I saw, it seemed like a lot of students really enjoyed them. I thought it was great to see that much engagement. I've never seen that many people around Centennial Plaza, honestly.
There was a lot of good services. The library, emergency health. They were giving haircuts. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it. I didn't take advantage.
Yeah, I couldn't go either just because I didn't have availability. But I have a friend who went and I saw them after the event was over, and they had like a big bag of like lots of different things. They had like emergency contraceptives, they had toothbrushes. They were also giving out free haircuts and stuff, so I thought that was pretty cool.
You know, when you're not the best in terms of health, you go and get checked out. The results are not the best. It was good though. I think everything was great. Timely, very fast on everything. I got to see my first, what is it called, like doses? Yeah, I like my first like dose of Narcan. They brought a lot of awareness and kind of like the actual medication that students can go ahead and use to go ahead and take care of those throughout. Other than that, I think
There was approximately 1,400 students that registered to go through this event yesterday, which was great. It was 5 hours. As it was also really hot for those people that were out there. It was really hot. But no, it was a really good turnout. I think we're going to build on it for next year. And so yeah, any student input that you might want to share to better the clinic, I would appreciate. Just email me, give me an idea or things, because I think there's a lot of potential for it to grow, and Dr. Wilson was very happy with the outcome too. So it was a good event. So yeah, that's all. I know that we're working on Project Move, a project for Student Government Association, but that's next week. So that's all I have.
Thank you, Dr. Hernandez. Moving on with the agenda. Under Standing Committee Chair reports. Under Appropriation, Senator Bettis.
Yes, if you can just pull up the Excel file, please. So as appropriations chair, we're supposed to give a monthly report. I kind of put together a visual just so it's easier to see and understand. On the left is going to be the detailed breakdown of all the bills we've done throughout the spring. At the top is going to be the appropriations budgeting. We got an initial budget of 62,000 for the spring, fall, and summer. In fall, we spent a total of 21,000, a little bit 485. Our estimated average was 121, so it was below. We're supposed to shoot for 150, like a good median. Right now, we've spent 16,000, so we've increased it to 171 for the spring. In February, we reviewed 15 bills, and we helped out 94 students. I wanted to give a rundown if anyone has any questions about it, just for transparency. How we're allocating funds. We also built a framework for how we would do appropriating, so there's more fairness.
My question is to Edgar. So the initial budget, is it 62 or 63? You sure? You said 3K for the summer.
I appreciate on our expense.
Yeah, I took a look at it.
Yes.
Because I had 63 originally, but when I got that, it said that it was 13. And on the monthly report that they give. Okay. Other than that, you don't have any questions.
I have a question. Wait, so how much is left? Or
Actually, So the remaining amount is 24,000.
That's a lot. That one's perfect.
Even though the room chair.
Your bills, let's do that.
Moving on with the agenda, under special projects, have second reading for SGA CARES.
The only thing that we add is all the sponsors. Yeah, all the sponsors that we get, thank you to all the senators who sponsor this, project. And we'll still, yeah, and we'll still have the same amount from this project.
Same bill as last week, says there is yeah, sponsors. Are there any questions? Questions?
Okay, we're looking for a motion.
So the project will be during 6 weeks, so we can collect all the hatching products. And that's it.
6 weeks.
6 weeks.
Good time on.
Yeah, so please share the flyer I'm gonna send after this Senate. And talk to your colleagues, students, and newcomers.
To your reps.
I just have, a quick comment, just don't forget to, come to me so I can reach you that way. Legacy?
Where would you guys like hand out these stuff, or like where would they be placed at?
So at the end of the collection, I'm gonna have it in the office, and I'm gonna give it to all the students who came to classes. And after that, maybe we're gonna have these products in the food pantry. Well, we need to start about like the space they have, or if they have.
Waiting for a motion? Senator.
I move to appropriate the sum of $449.91 to build, a helping hand, hygiene support for students in need.
We have a motion to approve $149 with 91 cents for a special project, a helping hand, hygiene support for students in need. We have a first and second to approve $149.91 for a special project, a helping hand, hygiene support for students in need. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Any abstention? Congrats, your bill passes, or your special project bill passes. Moving on with the agenda, we have first reading for special project, the journey of art and expression. Senator Gibbs.
A bill to appropriate the amount of $146.85 to fund Told Your Truth, a journey of art and expression, an event for women's empowerment that promotes self-expression and community building through a campus painting activity designed to inspire creativity, confidence, and support among female students at the University of Texas at El Paso. Where the empowerment of women is critical in fostering confidence and leadership skills within the university community, creative expression through art, such as painting, is an effective way for individuals to explore their emotions, build self-confidence, and foster a sense of personal achievement. Events that bring women together in a collaborative and supportive environment help build a strong sense of community, create opportunities for networking, and enhance the overall experience for students at the University of Texas at El Paso. Whereas the proposed event would offer a space for women to explore their creativity in a non-competitive setting, allowing them to reflect on their experiences and empower one another through art. The event will provide all necessary materials, including canvases, paints, brushes, and any other supplies required to ensure an enriching experience for them. The success of this initiative will have a lasting impact on the campus community by promoting positive representation of women's creativity and contributing to the ongoing efforts to foster empowerment on campus. Be it enacted that the 103rd Administration of the Student Government Association at the University of Texas at El Paso appropriates $146.85 to support the establishment of an event where women can come together to engage in painting on campus. This event will serve as a platform for promoting the empowerment of women, cultivating self-expression, and encouraging connection among women students. And then this is our itemization. So the paintbrushes, the links I've on there for 80 pieces, $11.99. The plastic paint palettes, 50 pieces, $9.99. The tote bags, a pack of 15, $23.72 each, $94.88 each. And then the fabric paint, $29.99. And then flyer information. And the total is $146.80. Any questions?
I have a question.
Yes.
Are you all collaborating with any department on campus or organization?
I was talking with some organizations, but they don't have availability in their schedule. So maybe I can talk to other departments that want to support them.
I think it would be good to help to spread the information. So we have our care department, which is victim advocacy that might be good. We have gender and women's studies. I think it would be good to collaborate so that you get more outreach out.
Thank you, that's amazing.
Yeah, I want to recommend maybe have you guys reach out to the women and gender studies department.
We'll reach out.
Thank you. They're at the liberal way.
Reach out to the women volunteers.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
there is. Any other questions? Not a question, but I would love to sponsor this. Women in arts. Any other questions?
Where is it gonna be?
We were still, we're thinking, I'm thinking Centennial Plaza or Beach Grove, because that's where we had the pumpkin painting last semester. And I like that there's a lot of grass, so students should sit there.
I think the geology lab.
Yeah.
is there a date for the event?
Not yet, just because the time that it would take to order we're trying to aim for March 8th, but realistically, with all the things, by the time they get here, it won't be until the meeting.
It may be good, or you might consider doing it possibly after spring break, just after we have a lot of these events happening next week, which is before spring break, and something a little bit more relaxed after midterm, let's say. Midterm season.
We yield the time.
Then moving on to the agenda, our first reading for organic chemistry field program. A bill to appropriate the sum of $1,600 to cover the expenses associated with introducing a TLTL program for organic chemistry 23-24 during the summer semester. Whereas organic chemistry is a cornerstone for STEM students with approximately 60% of undergraduate examining majors adjunct required to take the course, as it provides a foundation for advanced studies in many science disciplines. However, organic chemistry is widely recognized as one of the most challenging courses in these disciplines, with a high DFW rates that often serve as significant academic bottleneck. Despite its importance and rigor, there are currently no dedicated tutoring resources available to assist students in mastering this complex subject, leaving many students without the academic support necessary to improve their performance and succeed in this important course. Whereas the lack of support for students in organic chemistry creates an opportunity to enhance educational experience for students in the College of Science. A peer-led team learning program has already been successfully implemented for general chemistry at UTEP, and students consistently report a greater understanding of chemistry through workshops than in large lecture settings. Workshops in general chemistry program are small, with around 15 students, allowing for more personalized interactions with peer leaders, where students feel more comfortable asking questions, reviewing challenging concepts, and gaining study techniques that are difficult to achieve in large lectures of around 250 students. To address this gap, we propose implementing a PLTL for organic chemistry, which will mirror the successful structure of the general chemistry program. It will consist of weekly 3-hour workshops led by undergraduate peer leaders who have previously excelled in organic chemistry and are continuing to excel in their science degrees. These peer leaders, trained by faculty, will facilitate problem solving, review key concepts learning during lectures, provide quizzes, perform experiments, and teach learning techniques. Additionally, the PLs will hold office hours and offer review sessions before the exam. Significantly, progress has been made in developing the program, with the pilot scheduled for the summer session of the first semester of organic chemistry course, in 23-25, which lasts 4 weeks and enrolls around 8 students. The data collected during this pilot will be crucial for assessing effectiveness and securing grant and additional funds to expand and sustain the program in future semesters. The 103rd Administration of the Student Government Association shall appropriate the sum of $1,600 to fund the salaries of 4 chemistry peer leaders. Each peer leader will work 10 hours per week over the course of the 4-week summer session at the rate of 10 per hour, supporting the successful implementation of the organic chemistry PLTL program. Do you have any questions?
Is this only for organic chemistry 1?
Yes, it's for non-majors too.
Okay.
We're planning to expand the program, but we need money. And for that, we need to run the pilot in order to apply for grants and stuff like that.
Receive data.
How many students can like one peer leader help? 15?
Around 15, 18 to 20. It depends.
In general chemistry right now, we're allowed 14 students per workshop. In organic, we're gonna probably do a little bit more so we can fit into all the students. But
The goal of PLTL is to have more personalized help for each student, so we want small groups instead.
Yeah. Thank you.
Do you have any other questions?
Would this be for summer 1 or summer?
Number 1. And actually, we have a high school. Any other questions? So there is one made already from another university. For the one in the summer, we'll be using notes from Dr. Salvador. Yes. It's kind of hard to switch from information from another university into ours because the professors like to function differently. You know, we have to keep working on the work, which is really hard. So I actually I have it. I said it. I have it. We have to a lot of more information. But we're using and that's with that. Yes.
That looks scary.
That's everything.
I have a question. How will these peer leaders be selected? Is it open to anyone that wants to play, or have you already identified?
So we have already identified some of them. We are targeting first to start the pilot. We're targeting people who already have peer leader experience from general chemistry. So it'll be people from there. And we have a hiring process. We have to interview them and be sure that they are knowledgeable in organic chemistry, which is really hard. So we have to really make sure they know how to teach it.
What I would also recommend is that you reword your the position to remove salaries, because that becomes an HR issue.
Okay.
And so what you want to maybe go into is, if it's an appointed position, that you create the position through SGA, so you can do like service awards or something, because otherwise this could, lead into more issues with benefits and everything else that is involved.
And if we serve as a peer leaders, we're not getting paid. It's okay. We're hiring others.
Is Dr. Salvador going to be supervising a program, or is he?
So he will be supervising a program and he will be teaching for non-major in some way. Also, Dr. Franco is willing to train the peer leaders.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, he's for major, so it'll be different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a question, but I actually TA for general chemistry labs. I've never had to pay for general chemistry, fortunately. But as a fellow College of Science student, I would love to support your project and also sponsor. So please let me know what you all need. And I can definitely understand the struggle with the chemistry department. Appreciate it. Yes.
Any other questions, suggestions? Okay, thank you.
Okay, moving on to the agenda, under announcement, we have any announcements? Norvell?
Just a quick announcement, might send a calendar invite for the chairs, and they want to invite their co-chairs for the Excel workshop next Wednesday. If you can attend, that's okay. I know it's not even a week yet. I'll send that through Outlook.
Which is next Wednesday?
Yeah, next Wednesday, 4:30. I should send in the email. In the SGA office. Yeah.
Sarah Garcia?
So as part of one of the missions at Outreach, we want to post more on our Instagram. So I'm going to be emailing committee chairs about essentially if you guys could record a video with your committee, explain what you do and your members. So just look out on your emails for that.
Yeah, so I have two quick announcements. This Tuesday at 6 p.m. down here at the Union Cinema, we do have our town hall with President Wilson. That's what we're put on together. It's gonna be free food, some feedback that we have been working on, and you guys can actually go ahead and submit your questions. We're gonna pick randomly to see which ones get selected to go ahead and review it. And on the group meeting, I just sent the link for you all to go ahead and upload any questions that you have to President Wilson. I know we've had her here in Senate before. You guys have asked quick questions, so I'm pretty confident that you all can do the same during the town hall. I have heavily recommend all of you guys to go and invite people. And then the second announcement is, now that Maggie's gone, we are doing a office cleanup. And as I guess a gentle reminder, I just wanted to bring this out to you all. The office really is a privilege, guys. So please go ahead and take care of it. Don't be messy. Clean up after yourself. For example, and take care of the furniture. I will be honest, I was kind of mad the other day because I don't know who ripped the cloth out of the chairs in the conference room. We haven't even had it for a month and a half, and someone already ripped out one of the cloths. So you see, guys, you guys are not animals, right? So please take care of your stuff. That's all that I ask. Clean up after yourself. I've seen way too many Starbucks cups, Dutch Pro cups left behind. You know who you are with those cups. So please, guys, be cleaning up. And as a result, we are going to have to start doing some kind of board system in the office to go ahead and start cleaning everything up, because we do have to start cleaning out a bunch of folders, all documents that are there. So throughout the following weeks, I will be start giving you guys boards to go ahead and do start cleaning up around the office, whether that be the kitchen, chambers, all that sort of stuff. We're going to go ahead and clean all that up and get the office really for when the new administrative assistant does go ahead and come in. She's welcome into a nice environment where the closet is properly organized, everything is in place, and where it should be, because we are adults at the end of the day.
My information is gonna be important.
Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be important.
Any more announcements? For the legal summer enrichment program, I was able to get that sent out to FitBam, and they were nice enough to post it on their page. If you guys can just share the post, because we're not able to post it on SGA right now since the bill hasn't been officially passed. But also keep that in mind with the next reading. The amount for the food rasking is probably going to increase depending on the amount of students that will be applying throughout El Paso. Right now it's at like 1,800 for only 50 students. I'm hoping we can increase that number, double it, if not more. So just please share that. Other than that. Any more announcements?
Yes, we will have our alcohol awareness fair next week, March 4th, so please attend to that event. And if you want to participate in a tabling, please let me know.
I do have two announcements. The first one, don't forget that instead of having Senate next Thursday, we will be attending the minor manners at TRCC. So if you still haven't registered, please do so as soon as possible by tomorrow. Otherwise, you will not be able to attend and you will be marked unexcused. I know, I will. And for my second and last announcement, so as you all know, we have finally received our merch order from the Outreach Committee that was submitted last semester. So those are the boxes that you see in chambers. However, just because we received new merch and boxes are open, that does not mean it is free to be taken by SGA members. Please keep in mind that merch was purchased from Outreach's budget, intended to be given away to the student body, not meant for us. If you like some cool merch that we bought, go out and interact with students during the tablings, and that will be your way of paying back for that. But yeah, I know some of you are still waiting for your jackets and your polos, so I completely understand you want that merch to just interact with students again, participate in tablings. Don't let Outreach Committee just alone for that. But yes, pretty please be mindful and ethical and professional in that regard. Everybody?
Yes, I have a question. In other committees, if they're tabling, can we use those credits? Huh?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Oh, okay, cool. Because I did take some.
Yes.
I won't lie. I took some for the tabling. Okay.
All of those tabling events.
Okay.
Says, purchased through Outreach's budget.
Okay.
But yes. Any final announcements? No? All right.
I have a question.
Oh. Okay,
So today I heard that, I don't know how true is this, but all people that are non-SGA members cannot be in the office anymore?
Not fully official yet, but if the dirtiness does get to that point, we will have to take those precautions. Also, there was some situations that came up with students who were not in SGA, were fully left alone in the office without any SGA member being there. So that's a possibility.
But okay, so my question comes because so today I came in and everything and I left for my class. My sister had class 30 minutes later and she got kicked out by Amber. So this was never told neither to me, to my sister. She just got kicked out today and I heard this happened to other three people during the day. But it was mostly on the morning. So that's why I want to like confirm is this true? And if there's a like more polite way to at least slightly oppose this, because I get like the having clean and everything, but to the point of getting kicked out, like I was like, damn.
Let me add to that. We've had numerous requests from non-SGA members that have come over to our BPSA office or Dean of Students asking to open the door. If you're not on the list as an elected, SGA member or appointed, then you can't go in the office without somebody there. Someone's got to be there to be responsible because anybody just staying in there, not saying about your sister, but just in general, if they do any damage, there's no liability. There's nobody held accountable. So it's only for elected or appointed SGA members. And one person must be in there or else no one can be in.
And do the secretaries count or not?
Well, as long as someone is overseeing,
Oh, okay.
that's all we need. We need somebody in there.
Okay. Okay. Thanks.
any more announcements, any more questions? Comments? Okay, then I think you have which motion we're looking for.
What do you have to say? Adjourn the meeting. Minus, adjourn? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, Senator.
Hell yeah.
Senator Ortega?
A motion to adjourn today's meeting by unanimous consent.
Any abstentions?
It was at the Know Your Rights event. SGA.
That's still a.
Oh wait, I forgot an announcement. After my meeting with Parking and Transportation, they gave a gift for all the senators. I forgot the gifts. They're sunshades from Parking and Transportation. Sorry, I forgot the gift.
Pay you back for the merch store?
Yeah.
¿Te dio cuenta?
No, porque
Empecé de repente me perdí.